Okay, let's read Acts chapter 12. About the time Herod the king had laid violent hands on some who belonged to the church, he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And when he saw that it pleased the Jews, he proceeded to arrest Peter also. Good God. This was during the days of unleavened bread. Ugh. And when he had seized him, he put him in prison, delivering him over to 4 squads of soldiers to guard him, intending after the Passover to bring him out to the people. So Peter was kept in prison, but earnest prayer for him was made to God by the church. Now, when Herod was about to bring him out on that very night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers bound with 2 chains, and sentries before the door were guarding the prison. And behold, an angel of the Lord stood next to him, and a light shone in the cell. He struck Peter on his side and woke him, saying, "Get up quickly." And the chains fell off his hands. Ooh. And the angel said to him, "Dress yourself and put on your sandals." And he did so. And he said to him, "Wrap your cloak around you and follow me." And he went out and followed him. He did not know what was being done by the angel. He did not know that what was being done by the angel was real. Okay. But thought he was seeing a vision. Okay, Peter. All right. He thought he was hallucinating. Okay. He thought it wasn't real. When they passed the first and second guard, they came to the iron gate leading into the city. It opened for them of its own accord, and they went out and went along one street, and immediately the angel left him. Oh, wow. When Peter came to himself, he said, "Now I am sure that the Lord has sent his angel and rescued me from the hand of Herod and from all that the Jewish people were expecting." When he realized this, he went to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose other name was Mark, where many were gathered together and were praying. And when he knocked at the door of the gateway, a servant girl named Rhoda came to answer. Recognizing Peter's voice, in her joy, she did not open the gate, but ran in and reported that Peter was standing at the gate. They said to her, "You out of your mind?" But she kept insisting that it was so. And they kept saying, "It is his angel." But Peter continued knocking, and when they opened, they saw him and were amazed. But motioning to them with his hand to be silent, he described to them how the Lord had brought him out of the prison. And he said, "Tell these things to James and to the brothers." Then he departed and went to another place. Good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Now, when they came, there were no little disturbance among the soldiers, or what had become of Peter. And after Herod searched for him and did not find him, he examined the sentries and ordered that they should be put to death. Then he went down from Judah to Caesarea and spent time there. Now Herod was angry with the people of Tyre and Sidon, and they came to him with one accord, and having persuaded Blastus, the king's chamberlain, they asked for peace because their country depended on the king's country for food. On an appointed day, Herod put on his royal robes, took his seat upon the throne, and delivered an or 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 oration to them. Okay, I gotta pronounce it. And the people were shouting the voice of a God and not of a man. Immediately an angel of the Lord struck him down. Yeah, killed him. Yeah, because he did not give God the glory. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because he did not give God the glory. And he was eaten by worms and breathed his last. Good Lord. Angel struck him down and they ate about worms, Lord. But the word of the Lord increased and multiplied. And Barnabas and Saul returned from Jerusalem when they had completed their service, bringing with them John, whose other name was Mark. Good mugger. Oh, let's read the Daily Bread. Okay. Tuesday, May the 13th, Leviticus chapter 25, verse 35 through 38. Help the poor as you would a foreigner and stranger so they can continue to live among you. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 35. A helping hand. In the early 1900s, laws restricted black people and immigrants in the United States from renting or buying property in Coronado, California. A black man named Gus Thompson, who'd been born into slavery, had purchased land earlier and built a boarding home in Coronado before the discriminating laws were passed. In 1939, Gus rented to an Asian family and eventually sold the land to them. Nearly 85 years later, after selling the property, some members of the Asian family were donating their proceeds from the sale to help black college students. They're also working to name a center at San Diego State University after Gus and his wife Emma. Leviticus also speaks of what it means to treat others well. God instructed his people, help the poor as you would a foreigner and stranger, so they can continue to live among you. He instructed the people to treat each other well and fairly, especially those in need, out of reverent fear for him. They were to help those who'd fallen on hard times and weren't able to take care of themselves. They were to treat them just as they would treat a foreigner and stranger with hospitality and love. Gus Thompson and his wife helped a family that didn't look like them. In return, the family is blessing many other people. Let's extend God's compassion to those in need as he helps us reveal his love for them. Who needs help in your community? How can you extend care to them? Caring Father, please open my eyes so I can see how to help others. Okay, Bible in a year, 2 Kings chapter 17 through chapter 18, John chapter 3 verse 19 through 36. Okay, that's the devotional. Y'all see that? Today, a helping hand. And we read Acts chapter 12. Be blessed.